and and I'm watching massive racism. A lot of propaganda is being pushed. One of the propagandas being pushed by the Zios is that Palestinians wanted those walls built, that they wanted different license plates, so they could drive in different roads. I guess next they'll be saying that they wanted their water controlled and the electricity controlled. Mother Agapia's interview with Tucker Carlson has really shook people up. Shook. Christians, born again Christians, don't want to hear it. They are so brainwashed, it's insane. I mean, they don't even want to know about Mary Magdalena not being a whore, much less her being a divine consort of Yeshua. So there you go. So on that limited level of brain factor, we can see the problem. But Mother Agapia has really shook people up that the Zions are coming out in full force. And of course, I'm gonna call it straight out as a woman of color, and anyone is allowed to do it. Okay, you don't have to be of color to do it. But as a woman of color, I call out all these African American women who are going to say that what's happening to these Palestinian women and children are not your business. Shame on you for being a woman of color and thinking that it's okay for children to be literally starved to death, engineering the starvation. A lot of people on the prayer world that are influencers. My favorite guy, I don't know if you know who he is, but if you've been following the Geno, okay, the siege that's been going on for 2 years, you'll realize that many people have been on the payroll. One of them was my favorite guy who exposed a letter sent to him by the Zios offering him $5,000. This is an old video. He did it last year. I think it was like very, very early last year, probably the first quarter of 2024. And he was being proposed $5,000 to go and change his stance. So when I tell you people are on the payroll, I'm not kidding. People are on the payroll. So there's this African-American woman. Again, I'm not going to fucking throw her under the bus. You'll find her. She has 194,000 people following her, saying that Palestinian people hate black people. Well, let me just say, Palestinian people also come in all shades. In fact, they're also black. Yeah, you've got Palestinian people who are black. That's right. And you have Palestinian people who have blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, that's right. So this divide and conquer that seems to work for people with very low IQ, like really, is successful. The fact that one Zio did a rebuttal on Mother Agapia saying that what she's saying is a lie, that the Palestinians wanted walls built. I'm going to bring you back to Jimmy Carter, President Jimmy Carter, saying that this was the worst apartheid he'd ever seen, worse than South Africa. That's all I have to say. I don't debate with Zios. I don't debate with Zios when people I respect, and I did. I really loved Jimmy Carter. He did his best. Under a system we're starting to uncover, as we uncover a lot of bullshit in the way our government has been run by nefarious forces. But within that constraint, he still stood up in integrity. He still stood on business. Okay? And for him to say what he said, worse apartheid in South Africa, I don't know what else you need to know. Anybody that has gone on the other side of those walls reports back, oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. For Mother Agapia to come out to talk about how Christians are treated, I didn't know she existed. But I'd seen the videos of Christians being spat on, their dresses pulled on, like older women in their 50s, elder women, by young little thugs, young little Zios, pulling on their skirts and spitting on them and trying to hurt them, harm them. I saw those videos back in December 2023. I didn't know that was happening, by the way, until I saw those videos. And videos, you can't lie. You can't lie. So when Mother Agapia talks about that, about how Christians are treated like shit, I don't know what else to say. What is there to say? Why is there such defensiveness? Why is there such rebuttals? Do we want the truth as a people across the planet, or do we want lies? I mean, really, that's the question. What do you want? Do you want to live in your little hole and just go there? You know what I mean? I don't know why your comment was flagged. Let me see that. Let me read what you're saying. I'm the Akashic Record Gold Salon. What do you see as my purpose? Okay, listen, you're definitely not reading the room. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not reading the room. And I don't have patience for people who don't read the room. Ask me something that's important. Let me see. Any comments? None. Okay. So that's it. That's the live. It's, again, telling you that there is a lot of power that is being unleashed, and not everyone's going to want to know the truth. And Mother Agapia has shook absolutely people's comfort zones. They don't want to know. They don't want to know, actually. They actually don't. It's very similar to the scene in The Matrix where the guy goes, I don't care if it's a fake steak. I don't care. Make me forget everything and make me rich and famous. That's it. I don't care. And he's eating that steak, like, with a ferocity. Like, he doesn't want to know. The average human being doesn't want to know. The average human being, I have an acquaintance that said, yeah, I don't want to know anything. I just found out that in the Quran, again, I'm not a religious, I don't believe in religions, honestly. I'll just straight up say that. But I am a spiritualist and I believe in God. Yeah, that can happen, actually. See, I believe in you have a right to have a direct connection with the one of 1,000 names. I don't believe in having a middleman at all, because they have always been mostly corrupted, for the most part. Okay? But what I will say is that I didn't know in the Quran that they revere Yeshua. They love Yeshua. Okay? Absolutely, the Quran loves Yeshua, meaning Jesus, and he is loved. Mother Mary is loved. And in other Zionistic propaganda, they think Mother, can you imagine saying that about Mother Mary? That she's a whore and that he should boil in shit for the rest of eternity. And I really, the contrasting scriptures are there for you to access if you want. You can actually ask ChatGPT if I'm lying right now on the spot. I'm not lying. I have nothing to lie about. Mother Agapia is not lying. She's literally relating her experience as a Christian, Greek Orthodox. I don't know why they keep saying Russian. She's Stephanopoulos is a Greek name. I mean, these are journalists, okay, that are supposedly have master's degrees, right, or bachelor's degrees, who don't know what Stephanopoulos is. It's a Greek fucking name. Where are you people at? She's a Greek Orthodox Christian nun who's lived in Gaza and the West Bank, is very familiar with Israel, and has talked very soberly and objectively about her experience there for years. I think she was there in 1992 or 1994, so it's a long fucking stretch. And now she's being called anti-Israel by news networks. 1.3 million views in 2 days on his video. Interviewing a little woman in a nun's habit, speaking of what happened. And she's got the world shook. My mother went to Israel in the 60s and was spat on as she walked down the street. 1960s. Spat on. So this is a generational problem. I'm going to repeat what she said. My mother went to Israel in the 1960s and was spat on as she walked down the street. Do we need to keep fucking showing videos? Are you Zionist Christians that dumb? You're going to keep fucking eating shit and call it gold so it's palatable? Now that I know you're the problem, you're the reason why this is continuing, now I know who you are. I'm I don't know. Can we really talk to people with absolutely no brain cells? I don't know. I really don't. All I know is Megan, what's her name again? I forgot her fucking last name. She's a reporter, blonde, talking about that Palestinian mothers. I'm going to ask you something as a woman, as a mother, you mothers out there, grandmothers. You're in a siege. Settlers have been camping out in front of convoys of aid, of trucks. We're talking about convoys of trucks. This started December 2023. They've actually released little ships, boats, tour guide boats at night to see the boom boom and pointing to the kids, saying, hey kid, look at the boom boom. Senators signing bombs, boom boom, signing their name with a smile. Can I ask you something? Did anybody sign their name on those boom booms in Japan? Did we start signing boom boom? Did Germans do that? Did Americans do that while World War II was in full scope? Do you think people were fucking signing boom booms? I don't think so. Are we regressing as a people? I don't think so. Is that a thing now? We're going to autograph the boom booms? You Christians better fuck the wake up, because if you want that holy land to be your holy land, unmolested by parking lots and mini malls, because at that point, where he was crucified, that could become a whole other thing. It could become, I don't know, a Sephora. I don't know. Just saying. Some kind of beauty center, it could be, maybe it'll become like, I love this. Maybe it'll become like a little, new age area so people can actually do their crystal bowls and their little fucking malas and taking Hindustani culture and bringing it onto, and then eradicating that Yeshua ever walked that part of the world. You think I'm sacrilegious in saying it? See, I'm saying it, but I'm not thinking it, because I don't want that. I'd love to go to the Holy Land. I'd love to walk among the olive trees where he walked, where he pondered, realizing that he was going to be arrested. I'd love to do that. Will I? Probably not. Probably never. Never. Not as long as these people hold the reins. You might laugh at me and go, Anthony Bourdain, he's just a cook. Who gives a shit about what he thinks? Well, when Anthony Bourdain went to visit... and he had to go through a lot of hoops to get permission to visit Gaza. He was enamored by the people. The Palestinian people are incredibly generous people. You know how you go to certain places and you go, New York people are rude. When you go to Paris, I can say I was born in Paris. French people in Paris are rude, right? You say that. So there's a collective consciousness that certain people are, like I hear in Portugal, people are so, my French uncle tells me, oh my God, Portugal, the people are so nice. So nice, so gentle, so good, so generous. The Palestinian people are like that. They're kind. They're good. Do you know that our country, do you know how our country was formed? Let me remind you. We rebelled. We rebelled over an iron fist of suppression by King George. Shall I remind you that our forefathers, Paul Revere, men used to sit with tankards of ale, conniving, contriving, conspiracy theorizing, organizing. What does that sound like to you? What does that sound like? Does that sound like your countrymen? Meanwhile, Marquis de Lafayette got the money to build your country from France. That's what created the French Revolution. It broke it broke France. France was broke, funding America. The revolution of America. What is a revolution? What is a revolution made up of? What kind of people? What kind of people? Watch The Patriot once again with Mel Gibson. Watch it again with new eyes. And then change it from America to Palestine and tell me how you walk away from that movie this time. That's all I have to say on that. Re-educate yourself. See things through new lenses. You love the movie Braveheart. Didn't you love that movie Braveheart? Wasn't that great? What was he considered? What was William Wallace considered? What happened to him? What happened to him? Now watch that movie again through, and then change It's not Scotland anymore. It's not to save the Scottish people. Change it to Palestine, and then tell me what you think. You see where I'm coming from? That's where I'm coming from. This is the 21st century. We are no longer barbarians. We are not here to grab people's lands and to not make it right. We are not here to colonize people anymore. We're not here to dehumanize people so that we can colonize the land. We're not here to dehumanize people, to enslave them as we did for the African American people. They weren't African American first, they were Africans. And they were Africans who knew languages, who could write poetry, philosophy, and who understood mathematics. They did not all come from warrior villages. They came from Timbuktu, the oldest university in Africa. What I'm trying to say to you is we are done dehumanizing people and stripping them of their culture and calling them savages. We are done with that. We actually now see the damage we did to the Native Americans and forgetting their innate wisdom, the incredible wisdom in understanding the land, the animals, the flow of the rivers, and how they respected everything. We are not here to continue the concept of colonization and then congratulating ourselves. Oh, hi, I did it. I subjugated a people. You subjugated peaceful people? And I'm supposed to congratulate you? Really? Mother Agapia has no agenda. When Mother Agapia came to the Tucker Carlson show to talk about what she saw and what she lived, okay, she lived it. It's her experience. It's what she experienced on the daily, what she saw. We have no right to tell this woman she's a liar, and she's not a liar. You can tell by, I hope you guys can read people. I sure can. It's fucking what I do for a living. I read. And this woman's not lying. And you know why else I know she's not lying? Because she's put herself in a very, very, very bad situation. She is a woman who never wanted to be in the public eye, but she probably prayed over it because she knew that if she put herself in the public eye, the fallout would be massive from powerful voices and billion-dollar, trillion-dollar bank accounts. You really think any of us want that for us, ourselves? We don't want to be famous. We don't want to be known, and we don't want to be recognized. But she probably, and I could feel her praying, saying, should I go? Because if I do this, I fucking blow the whole thing up, right? And here she is, talking to Tucker Carlson. Please take a time. If you're Christian, if you're born again, whatever, fucking sit down and watch it. Totally telling the truth. How can these people think they're holy, treating people so awful? Yeah, there's nothing holy about starving. I'm going to call it engineered starvation. And the settlers are barbaric. They are barbaric and pure evil in action. And for this African American woman, there's a lot of African American people saying, yeah, we don't give a shit. You guys hate us. Great philosophy. That's really intelligent philosophy. First of all, you've never been to Palestine, you fucking idiot. You've never actually left your country. My father left this country. He left. Being a mixed race. Under the slavery clause, a black man, but mixed with Native American, German Jewish, and white, and African. He left, but your ass hasn't left, because if your ass had left, you'd know that when you go into other countries, they don't treat you the same. unless you act like a fool. And if you're of any race, they'll treat you like you're a fool because you're acting like a fool. So if you act like the fool, whether you're white, black, yellow, blue, whatever, you will be treated as such. But if you act with integrity, if you act with politeness and gratitude and realizing that you are a guest in someone's fucking country, and you try to at least learn their language. Fuck, my son knows, taught himself French and Russian. Be careful of these supposed influences of color. They're on the payroll. They are on the payroll. And they're arrogant, entitled, and I don't give a shit. Just like people saying to, what's her name here? What is it? Haley Williams with True Believer. There were African Americans talking shit about her. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Here's a white woman, most likely reincarnated from being a black woman or a black man, who now returns as a white woman with maybe a little more influence because if she's a singer and you know, she's a singer, she's a writer. And so now she rediscovers Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, written by a Russian Jew immigrant who saw pictures of the strange fruit on trees, was in such shock he wrote the poem, and basically it destroyed Billie Holiday's career to actually do this. But now here comes True Believer, this incredible song that gets people crying and realizing, oh, fuck, I didn't know this shit. I wasn't taught that. I was, educated as a white person in Georgia, North Carolina. I never knew this was happening. I didn't have a clue. And black people are going to come out talking shit. Are you fucking for real? Are you stupid? I mean, seriously, stupid. Because you see, the civil rights, when you look at pictures of Martin Luther King walking the streets, marches, there are Jews with them. In fact, 2 Jewish reporters were killed in the 1960s by, white supremacists, just so you know. You fucking idiots. There were Native Americans. There were biracial people. There were white people walking with Martin Luther King and fought for Jim Crow to be abolished. You fucking assholes. I am not going to fucking ever condone racism in any fucking form. Any white supremacist ideology, whether it's from the Zionist group, which it is, and you're going to play with this white side. It's so funny. This actual influencer, I wish I could throw her under the bus right now, but I won't. Karma will take care of her. I don't have to. In fact, I blocked her. This dumb little bimbo is getting all the love from those Zionists, and they hate her for what she looks like. She's being played. And her ego is eating it up like cake, thinking she's done something fabulous by talking shit about the Palestinians and saying that they're racist against her kind, against my kind. It's funny. It's funny. So do better, because this racism is really going to destroy you, and you're not going to make it. I will tell you straight up, you will not fucking make it. I'll tell you why. Because you see, if you are a spiritualist, as I am, and you are a person who realizes that you've incarnated in multiple color spectrums of our beautiful diversity on this planet, and you've pretty much experienced religions long buried in the sands of time into the religions that are now acceptable, right? That you will know that if you're white today, you were probably black, Hindu, Asian, whatever, in other incarnations. Our lineage is a temporary situation. If I say I'm pure Irish, it's a temporary truth. It is not stagnant, because in the next incarnation, I will be half Norwegian and half black, or half Norwegian and half Vietnamese. I'll be raised by a Muslim mother and a Christian father, or vice versa. Does it really, really matter so much? Do you really need to fucking divide and conquer and tell me and others, well, you're white, how would you know? Yes, I'm white in this life, but I wasn't white in the last lives. The racism will be the stranglehold that actually destroys your ability to free yourself. And it is the 1% that has taught you to hate others, to mistrust others from other who have different skin color, eye color. Jane Elliott did a whole thing on eye color. Blue-eyed people couldn't get all the benefits of life, and they weren't allowed to raise their hand or talk. She did that, and I swear to God, this was literally an audience in a talk show. And the blue-eyed people got really fucking angry, triggered, and some were crying. And it was just an hour talk show. They couldn't handle being segregated. They couldn't handle a mini micro apartheid on just having blue eyes. I swear to God. Swear to God. Let's not be played anymore. Racism exists everywhere. Everywhere on the planet. Because we've allowed the 1% to train us to embrace racism as something normal. As if there were ever pure bloodlines. Ever. We've always intermarried. We've always intermixed. Thank God we have. And if you ever look at certain groups that insist that they're pure and they've never intermarried, look at they've got problems, genetic problems, emotional problems, and physically they don't look that good, okay? So when somebody of color, in particular the African American community, talking shit about the Palestinians after Chris Smalls got his ass kicked by the Zios, 7 IOF soldiers, all under 22. 22. That means that somebody taught them that kind of racism. So, I mean, literally, as they were boarding the ship, zeroed in on our African-American brother, Chris Smalls, and beat the fuck out of him. And so an African-American woman is going to talk shit about Palestine, saying it's not my problem. Well, I guess 250 years of slavery wasn't anyone else's problem either. But, people fought to make sure that slavery would be abolished. White people did it. A lot of white people did it. And it took white people and brave African slaves to make the change, the abolishment of slavery. Frederick Douglass, Beecher Stowe, Harriet Tubman. It took everyone. Everyone was involved in abolishing slavery. In England, by the way, we were the last ones to abolish slavery. Did you know that? America was? In England, they were boycotting sugar in the around 1809. They started, or 1810, thereabouts. They were abolishing sugar because sugar came from plantations in the Caribbean, which meant the blood and sweat and tears of slaves. So no one was actually using sugar. It was abolished. To protest slavery. Did you know that there were black heiresses coming out of the Caribbean and heirs that were mulatto, biracial, freed upon birth, allowed to inherit fortunes? This is known. The English know. And they would marry into families exchanging money for titles, mixing their bloodlines. We need to stop this bullshit because it's a joke. The level of an education, like public, and there's no excuse because PBS, public broadcast channel, right, that's being threatened, they've always shown the history I just shared with you. It's there. It's right there. It's free. It's free. Just access it. Don't listen to these racist, this idea, I'm black, I can't be racist. I'm Chinese, I can't be racist. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can be racist. Yes, you can. Let's stop that bullshit too. Oh, my dad's traditional. He's from Mexico. He won't allow any white boy to date me. That's not traditional. That's racism. Let's not call racism traditional, okay? Let's not hide racism under nice, comfy words. Oh, he's traditional. He's old-fashioned. No, it's racism. Because 2,000-3,000 years ago, they were intermarrying. They were having babies together. They created new bloodlines, new races actually, from their mixing. Mixing is not new. It's not chic. It's not something that happened after the 60s. It's been going on for centuries. That's what people don't understand, and I don't know why they don't. The fact that Europeans have to tell Americans, and this is where I come in on that the Moors, the Blackamoors, owned Spain for 800 years, and France, and Portugal, and Italy, between 500 to 800 years. What do you think was happening? Do you think they were all sitting in their little segregated corners? You don't think they were intermarrying? This is why I have a problem with racism. It's the height of ignorance. It's a limitation that is actually so corrupt that it fractures the very beautiful truth of our diversity. And so who you are, you know who you are, lady. Well, I blocked you, so you'll never see this live, and you'll never see me. Maybe you will. Maybe somebody will bring your attention to my video on YouTube. Maybe you will. The fact that you said, they hate us, and so your pain is not my problem. Let me tell you something. I would never, ever look at my enemy and then wish his child or her child to expire from starvation or from boom booms or from white phosphorus or anything. I would never want that for any child. But really, because I have enough sense to know that children are innocent. They're innocent. And some of them have the damaging karma to be born into really fucked up families, racist families, families that will perpetuate brainwashed systems of, oppression to their own and to others. Why do you think I hate religion? I really don't like religion. There's no benefit to it. I haven't seen anything good out of it, ever, ever. Only blood. But what I will say is that we are at a new age where we're supposed to kind of realize that our strength is our diversity, the way we think, the way we see the world. It's the magic. I get to speak to someone from Norway, someone from Nigeria, someone from Malaysia, someone from Italy, someone from America, and we get to talk about our experiences. Isn't that beautiful? We get to share stuff. Like, how do you have Christmas? Well, I don't have Christmas. I have this other holiday called blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, really? Well, what kind of, what's your philosophy on truth? And then we end up realizing that all of us have a similar philosophy, but we express it differently. And that's so cool to listen to someone's way of approaching the nature of truth, the nature of God, the nature of preserving this planet. It's so amazing. I have friends from all over the world. Do you? Isn't that amazing? And so to see racist African Americans, racist Hispanic people, racist Asian people, are you okay? Did you ever get hugs from mommy and daddy? Would you like Crayolas and I'll give you a glass of milk and cookies and a hug? Are you okay? Because there's something wrong with you, where you won't let your daughter or son marry a person outside their race, outside your race, where you think that everyone's against you, and then it becomes your reality because you attract what you actually fear. Palestinians come in all colors. That's something that shocked me. I thought they would all look a certain way. They don't. There are black Palestinians, beige Palestinians, brown Palestinians, and white Palestinians. There are Christian Palestinians, Jewish Palestinians, Muslim Palestinians, and atheist Palestinians. Did you know that? But one of the things I saw that apparently Anthony Bourdain saw as well is that they have courage and they believe in God, and they have taught, in fact, their belief in God turned a lot of Westerners from Christianity to becoming Muslims. Did you know that? That there was a huge movement of Brits and other Westerners who actually became Muslim because of the beauty, what they saw in this incredible faith of God in the midst of the levels of evil we've never witnessed in our incarnations. And suddenly people started reading the Quran. White people started reading the Quran. It's not like it's a new thing that white people are Muslim. It's been going on for fucking centuries, but okay. Reading the Quran, black people reading it. Do you understand why Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, became Muhammad Ali? He became Muhammad Ali because there was a certain elegance to the holy writings of the Quran. Am I supporting any religion? No, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I'm actually reporting back, hey, this is what I've noticed. Buddhism saved Tina Turner's life. Buddhism. She became a Buddhist. Black woman. Did you know she was black? Just asking, because she became a Buddhist. Saved her life. Her chanting every day, meditating every day, saved her fucking life until she's on the stage with Mick Jagger making more money than she ever did with her fucking narcissistic abuser. Watch the movie about her life with Angela Bassett. Great fucking movie. It will fucking inspire the shit out of you. Because she ran out of that house with nothing. How can you be racist? How can you come from bloodlines that have suffered because of the color of their skin, because of their religious belief, and be a racist fuck? Against children, no less. Against women, no less. Megan, I forgot her last, I even want to remember her fucking last name, whatever the fuck her name is, talking about how women are in Palestine are actually starving their kids for photo ops. Did you see how many kids are dying of starvation? Have you seen these babies who look like they're from another planet because they look like ETs? They've been starved to the level. They look like something that's not even human anymore. In other words, they have been dehumanized. Have you seen babies who can barely suckle the bottle of formula that has been allowed, or maybe somehow got smuggled in because right, that the IOF is confiscating baby formula, but yet these disgusting leaders are talking about how they're allowing all this food and it's just rotting. Meanwhile, babies are dying. Are there some Munchausen type of mothers out there on the planet? Of course there are, but I don't think that's what's happening. And for a woman, a reporter, supposedly, I say that laughably, to say that all these Palestinian women are starving their kids to have a photo op. That's some sick shit. For a, Zio journalist to say that Palestinians wanted walls. I guess they're going to next say, they wanted us to rip out their olive trees too. They wanted us to take their houses. They wanted us to take their houses. They wanted us to tell them to leave so they could live in a tent in the rain for 20, 30 years. And they didn't want their house anymore. They left their house. So we took their house because they wanted us to have their house. Like, the level of disconnect is shocking. And they're all saying it with a straight face. So the interview with Mother Agapia that's got the world shook, because she is nonchalantly, very relaxed. Look at her eyes. Take your screen and pinch it open and look at her eyes. She's not lying. Nor is she evil. Now take your screen and look at Daniel Weiss's eyes. Look at Bibi's eyes. Look at all these motherfuckers who are absolutely applauding the end of every Palestinian's life. And you tell me what you see. Look at people's eyes, not what people are being told to tell you to believe in a human being. Always look at someone's eyes. The eyes never lie. They're the seat of the soul. Never listen to the propaganda of news, of journalists telling you what to think. Look at someone's eyes and then tell me what you see. And then you'll know the truth. I'm going to tell you this story again. It was a test. CIA got one man off the street, 12 men in the room, 11 men CIA, only one man. And the supposed psychologist showed a picture of a pyramid. And each man was asked, what do you see? And each man said, I see a rectangle. Each man. The 9th man, rectangle. 10th man, and on it went. Until the one man who really was off the street, because he assumed they were all off the street for this test, he saw the triangle. But because 11 men had said they saw a rectangle, not a triangle, he capitulated and said, I see a rectangle. That was an actual test on how mob mentality can sway the mind of the individual. It's to show you that you got to stand in your fucking truth. See, that man was so afraid to sound cuckoo, crazy, whatever, that he went with the fucking flow. He went with the crowd. Isn't that dangerous? Isn't that amazing how people are that afraid of not being liked? Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's how easily we're manipulated. It's really dangerous, isn't it? How easily we're manipulated. So, if you come across these people that are talking shit about Palestine, that say, I will not support Palestine because the Sudanese and the Congolese are suffering, I would say to you, yes, we're also supporting the Congolese and the Sudanese. But the only thing is, we don't know where do we send money? What's going on? Why isn't there more footage of what's going on? What the fuck is going on? Yes, we want to know what's happening to those people as well. This is not a competition of who's suffering worse. We don't have any information. We don't have enough footage. We are seeing people sitting back on their couch talking about Sudan with no images. Has anyone learned anything about marketing? I mean, seriously. Seriously. For the last 2 years, damn near, we saw images pouring in from the Palestinian people's own cameras until their lives were ripped out of their hands. We have seen no footages, nothing, not even the end results of these massacres, nothing. And I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm saying, where the fuck are you people? Where are the images? Because you see, the problem with people is they have to see it. They have to smell it. They have to be shocked by it. And it took 2 fucking years for people to wake up, let's be honest. Because it was not chic to be pro-Palestinian in November of 2023. I can tell you that. Many of us felt the fallback. All I did was lives and reposting. That's all I did. I didn't create content. I created lives. I continued the content, but I was creating lives and repost, and uploading my lives on YouTube on what was going on. Fuck, it's even in my book, Recall, page 1. As I write this, there is a siege in Gaza, November 2023. It's in my book. So it was not easy to speak. Now everyone's speaking, thank God. But do you realize it took 2 years of images, 2 years of millions of footages, and still we're being gaslit? So I don't know what the Sudanese people or the Sudanese advocates for the Sudanese people and the Congolese people need to do, but something needs to happen. Because there's nothing. And there's a little bit of here and there, but nothing. Do you understand the contrast? Do you understand what's not working here? 2 fucking years of showing incredible injustice, including footages from 2005 of, and again, I don't remember the year, but me watching a video of a little boy literally being, I swear to God, arrested by 5 IOF soldiers, 5 or 6. For what? I'll never know. And the little boy is crying. By the way, that wasn't just one, lots of footages, lots and lots of footages on children being taken away. 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Swear to God. It's all there. There's nothing. There's no footage. It's unfair. It's actually, so, you know, when you want to like negate the, let me put it this way. Let's at least do what we can with all three countries, but let's get this one done. And then let's see how we can bring about imagery and footage and stories of individual people suffering, because unfortunately, I wish it was different, but this is the world we live in right now. We have to humanize human beings with stories, with images. And we're not. And the Palestinian people, they did. They kept those fucking cell phones going with solar powered energy, and however they could fucking power up those phones. Bizan, Motaz, all of them. $275 journalists are no longer walking this earth. In 2 years, not even 2 years. Technically, it will not be 2 years until October. That never happened in World War II. And World War II was fucking brutal. Vietnam was brutal. It was brutal. All these wars were, in their own right, brutal. And by the way, it was a war. Unlike this is a siege. But those were wars. How the fuck did 275 journalists die in less than 2 years? With the full flap jacket, press emblazoned on their chest, that dark blue helmet. I mean, hello. How the fuck did that happen? Tell me. I want to know. Tell me. How is that possible? How is that possible? They suppress so much information. It's messed up. I just learned about the Congo this year. Yeah. You know when I first found out about Congo? Through Cobalt. I'll tell you about it. How these little, and they're all children. They're all little people. They're little people because they're malnourished. Their mothers are malnourished when they're pregnant. So they're born small, okay? They have tiny little bones, tiny little calves and legs and arms, and they carry this cobalt 7 days a week in the rain, mud, no food, they're out there, and if they fall, if they are sick, they are whipped. They never make it past 12. So we better make sure these fucking phones we're using them more than for shopping for little squishies on TikTok, or, you know, getting another handbag for $35. We better use these phones for something to change the planet. I mean, that's the only way I can forgive myself for even using a phone where some child, well, fucking probably 100 kids died so that I could have this phone. There you go. There's the lens to look at. Do you understand? It's not to guilt you out. It's to make you realize where we're at now. That's it. And why cobalt? Why not? I know there's new technology. I know there is. We don't need to use cobalt. You and I both know that. So we're going through a massive transformation. Racism is not part of 5D. If you think racism, supremacy of any kind, and I'm not talking about just white supremacy, any supremacy of any kind is not a match for the new earth. It's not, period. And basta. It's basta. There is no such thing as supremacy of any kind. There is no thing as you are the chosen. If you're letting spiritualists kiss your ass and think and make you think that you are the chosen one, I block these people. You're not chosen, you volunteered. There's no such thing as anything that feeds your ego into entitlement, arrogance, cruelty, avarice. Yeah, that's not, no. And don't think that because you're a spiritualist, that's not who I am. No, it is. The minute you let anyone say you're the chosen. I'm not chosen. I fucking came here by my own free will. Digital activism is really important these days. Yes, it is. You either use this phone for fucking to change the planet, or there will be 3 more generations of little kids that never make it to 12 because they're mining cobalt. We can't be racist. Okay? Hate is taught. Hate is taught. No, they're not chosen. No, you're not. And for you to say it, I know you're not, Helen. You didn't get me at all. No, you're not. And you're going to insist, I'm chosen. No, you're not. You're not that advanced. Or else you wouldn't fucking accept it. You'd know better. You know you volunteered. And apparently you didn't. Or else you would know. And yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm not here to be politically correct and kiss your ass and get your likes. I don't care. Block me. I don't give a fuck. You're not here as a chosen person. Not at all. You're here to get some shit done. And, well, I'm blocking your ass because I really don't give a fuck. I really don't need your ass here. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cater to fucking people. Yes, I am. I'm chosen. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. I don't cater to assholes. I don't cater to bullshit. I don't cater to self-important, egotistical, narcissistic behaviors. I don't. We don't have time. We don't have time. Well, our job is to destroy racism, to destroy, divide and conquer by our consciousness, by our goodness, by us volunteering our time to talk to people, not to get them into any religion, but to get them into a higher consciousness of believing that in unity we heal the planet and we heal ourselves and we heal everyone around it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm certainly not here to cater to some, bimbo. I can't. Does that make sense? I'm not here to do that with anyone. So moving forward, I want you to realize that if you see content creators, this content creator is African-American woman, had 195,000 people following her. I have 32,000. And for her to influence that many people to think that what she was saying was correct. And to talk hate about Palestinians. And maybe to talk hate about Sudanese and Congolese people. Oh, I'm African American. They're African. We're not the same. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you, again, I don't need to be your race. You know who taught me this? Really in a very visceral way? Louise Hay. Louise Hay during the I was going to say Holocaust, but the virus that was AIDS in the 1980s. She was a white woman, right? Louise Hay. She actually moved the self-help movement into what it is today. It's because of her. She has a publishing house, Hay House. It's a publishing, Deepak Chopra, Wynne Dwyer. Okay, let's move on. And during the epidemic of AIDS, these young gay men were terrified. By the way, they're looking to abolish gay marriages, okay? And I'm going to tell you something after this. That's very important for you to understand why gay marriages has to be fucking upholded. Anyway, so these men were stricken with AIDS, and this was in the very infancy of AIDS, where no one knew what the fuck to do with it, okay? No one knew what to do. The care was inept. The death, people dying was very quick. People would go from, 6'4", 230 pounds of pure muscle and beauty, to 165 pounds. Okay, at like 6 months, boom. And she created the Hay House, the Hay Ride. Sorry, it was called the Hay Ride. So the premise was that she would gather these, because she was a spiritualist. She would gather these young men who were stricken with AIDS or had lost their partner to AIDS or whatever the situation was, and it was called the Hay Ride, to talk about their fears of death, their grief for losing their partner, and so forth. The Hay Ride. And she was a straight white woman. She certainly wasn't gay, and she certainly wasn't of any color. But she stepped up because no one else would. And she provided a support system for these young men. I'll never forget it, the Hay Ride. You can look it up. There's videos on YouTube right now. You can look it up, Hay Ride. And my step-aunt Aunt Sherry was a nurse at the VA, an African American woman. She was a VA. She had her lover had been Marilyn Brando for 2 years. Just beautiful woman, a massive bitch. Knew her shit. Was an amazing woman, and she told me this was again in the 1980s where men were not allowed to marry each other or women. And she said that these men would die. They'd be facing their death. And what do they want to be with? Who do they want to say goodbye to? Their beloved, their lover, their best friend. But no, because families from Texas and Georgia and the Carolinas and San Francisco and New York, these very rigid, tight-ass family members would say, no, I don't want Joe to have access to my son, my brother, okay? And so these men would die alone, technically alone, with people who hated them, family members who hated them for being gay. And then if Joe knew that his lover, Lucius, wanted to be cremated, of course, these tight-ass families would say, oh, no, he's being buried in a casket. No. And we don't want to talk to you. You have no right. You can't go to the funeral. You have no rights. Didn't matter if that man had been with his lover for 25 fucking years in a committed marriage relationship. These men had no rights. And I saw it because I lived in San Francisco and I was privy to that during that time. I saw that. And every night or every morning at 6 a.m., Aunt Cher would come in to pour herself a screwdriver because she was on Hong Kong time to tell me stories about a man who had just died who could not say goodbye to his lover. And she'd cry. So them fucking around, these Christian fucks, they're Zionist motherfuckers who are pushing the rapture and all of that, who are pushing, annihilating the right for men to marry. Did you know in the 9th century the Catholic Church used to marry men? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that in ancient Rome you could adopt your lover so he could inherit your wealth and your name? Did you know that? Did you know that in ancient Rome you could adopt your lover so he could inherit band? They were like the Green Berets, the Navy SEALs, to give you a context, called the Sacred Band of Thebes. They were special force units in ancient Greece that fought Philip of Macedon, Alexander the Great's father, on a battle. I forgot the name, but they were lovers, all of them. 48 men who fought and had been highly respected in the world of warriors. Highly known, celebrated, known. Look it up, the Sacred Band of Thebes, Thebes. Don't take my word for it. It's right there. And these Christians, these born again, these, whatever, I'm going to just say Muslims, all of you who actually think that's being gay is new, it's not new. Oh, it's because our society's fault. No, we've always had gay men, gay women. Sappho was a lesbian. She was on the island of Lesbos, hence the term lesbian. Sapphic love. Leave people the fuck alone. Take your religion, do whatever the fuck you want, do no harm to human beings who don't believe in your shit. As long as they're not harming kids, leave people the fuck alone. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. Yes, Greece and Rome were quite progressive in comparison to US these days. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We've always had trans people, just different words. They have them in India. It goes back to even India, in ancient India, trans. It's none of my fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. Take care of your shit. Take care of your shit. Take care of your Christian. Take care of your fucking conversation with Jesus Christ or Allah or Buddha. Take care of your shit. Leave people the fuck alone. If they want to wear a tank top, leave them the fuck alone. If they want to wear hot shorts, leave them the fuck alone. If a girl doesn't want to wear a bra, and leave her the fuck alone. Stop your religious bullshit. I'm sick of you religious maniacs telling people what to do. While you let Are children being diddled by your fucking religious leaders? Okay? As long as it's no harm to children. That's it. You're good to go. Oh, you're trans? Are you no? Okay, good to go. Enjoy your day. That's it. That's it. Leave people the fuck alone. Stop being racist. Stop being an asshole, basically. Just stop being an asshole. And you're good to go. And protect our children. I'm really tired of these folks ignoring basic science or even biology with so many different things. Ignorance is bliss. Except ignorance now is become so dangerous, and now we're aware of how dangerous it is. The dehumanization of human beings is the first step to annihilating human beings and feeling good about it. And Zionist Christians are doing that. Some African American people are doing that. Some Native American people are doing that. It's my culture. Yes, but I'm trying to help you with your culture to make sure your culture is going to continue. You can't talk about my culture. It's my culture. I love your culture. I'm here to help you fucking retain your culture. Are you okay? Because I'm here to help you. There's a friend of mine who I just recently met doing a whole thing on Palestinian DNA, breaking it down to help the conversation. And people are coming out, well, you're a white boy or you're a white girl, whatever the hell he is or she is. Okay, I'm not going to expose them. Are you okay? Because you see, we're all in this together. Stop your fucking racist bullshit. If the help comes from a white person, a Christian person that has an open heart, a Muslim person, a Jewish person that has an open heart, fucking say thank you. Be grateful. Shut the fuck up. I'm getting sick of people saying this is my culture. You're like a goalie. You don't want the ball to hit the net. You're like a goalie, protecting your space. This is what I'm watching. When I see like lives, I'm watching people doing that to each other. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Civil rights would have never been successful without everyone involved. Suffragette movement needed men to walk and protest with the women. We can't do it alone. Don't you get it? And if you want to lose your fucking fight, go ahead, segregate your fucking movement. That's a great idea. Go ahead, segregate your movement. See how far you go with your fucking movement. This is what I'm talking about. So that's where we're at. Not pleasant to hear, is it? Because you guys some of you are so holding on to your culture and to your race and to your religion. You just want to hold on to it. And you want to that's your buoy in life. Enjoy it. Keep going. Keep swimming. Anyway, I love you all. The 5 of you that stayed, I really appreciate you. Again, people aren't ready for the truth. They're fucking not. They're not. They're not ready. That's why they're fucking attacking Mother Agapia. Can you imagine? Attacking her looks, her this, her that. Just attacking. People who want the truth will sit and listen to various points of views. It's not pleasant sometimes to hear things that completely annihilate what you thought was once true. It's quite painful. And yet it's necessary if you want to wake up. If you don't want to wake up, yeah, enjoy your reincarnation, man. Enjoy it. Have fun. Be stupid. Enjoy it. Love it. Love your ignorance. Enjoy it. Step into the mosh pit of ignorance. And maybe one day you'll incarnate again and you'll come back and you'll want to know the truth. It's the name calling that shows they have no standing. Well, I tend to, the name calling, it's not so much for me the name calling because, you can fucking out yell them on that. It's the lies. It's the absolute lies. It's the fact that they're promoting lies that we all know is a lie. And so when a liar lies to you to your face, you're like, dude, are you okay? Like I've already seen I don't know, probably 10,000 hours of video that completely contradict what you're trying to say to me. In 2 years, I'm sure we've seen about 10,000 hours of video. Especially if you've been watching this. There's no way. And yet they insist on lying. They insist on gaslighting us. No, that's not it. That's not true. It's like, no, you see, you've gone too far. You're past the point. So I just want to say thank you. I had an amazing live with a wonderful woman who's absolutely brilliant, who I've just, uploaded it on my YouTube channel, Sacred Intimacy Tarot. I'll upload this one as well because really racism is going to kill. I mean, it's not going to destroy me because I don't have that problem, but it will destroy your path. If you insist on being racist, if you insist on judging people on their religious views, as long as they are good, as long as they have open hearts, you're good to go. I have a problem with religious people who are fascists, who want to tell women what to do with their wombs, how to express their bodily autonomy. You know, if a woman wants to wear a tattoo, no bra, in a summer dress, that's her fucking problem. If you don't like it or you feel uncomfortable, fucking look away. If a woman wants to breastfeed in public, why would you sexualize a woman breastfeeding? Are you okay? Do you need help? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I will not tolerate that shit anymore. And I will not be silent against it. I won't. They just believe whatever BS someone in power says without fact checking. Fact checking, no, fuck fact checking. I'll tell you why. You know in your heart what feels good and true and what doesn't. Fact checking would be, they said like a situation happened and it never happened. So yeah, that's fact checking because you can see videos, hundreds of videos that support the opposite, okay? But in terms of fact checking how you feel about someone, like no one can show you that. You have to feel it yourself. Does that make sense? Hours of research. By fact checking, I mean hours of research, reading books, webpage, and looking into the subject. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. But also you have to understand, and you know this, I know you know this, is that they're telling us not to like certain people because X, Y, and Z. And we know that that's a lie. Why? Because we look at someone's eyes and we go, hang on, their eyes do not go with the story. Like these stories are being told about this person and their eyes is telling me something different. And so I'm going to fact check, like you said, I'm going to fact check like through their lens. Because remember, the conquerors write history, not the ones defeated. That's the other thing that we have to be careful with. So history is controlled by the victors. And the victors can win through nefarious means. Doesn't mean that they're fucking have any honor whatsoever. See, that's the thing. That's why it's kind of almost dangerous to always rely on fact checking. And in your case, I know where you're coming from, but it's good to sit in meditation or prayer, whatever you're into, and really sit and figure out, does this feel right to me? Because like, I'm not getting that this is true. And you're probably going to be right. If you come from a place deeply within you. Does that make sense? Yeah. In your case, I'm going to agree with you that most of the time, yeah, you do that. You research, you do your due diligence, right? In gathering true information, footages, and so forth. There are tons and tons of groups on Telegram that are on Telegram because they can't share the truth on regular social media. You know what I mean? But to be honest, you also have to look within yourself. And eventually, guess what? You'll call something out, say, they're full of shit on this human being. I know they're lying. And then 20 years later, you'll go, what a bitch. I was correct. Look at all the truth coming out of this person. It was all propaganda against this person. And then you realize, holy shit, I was right. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from, if that makes sense. But thank you for adding to the conversation. I really appreciate it. So I will upload this on YouTube. I have another one that's uploaded. It's really great. I really love this woman. She's amazing. We had an amazing talk. Was coined by a German philosopher. And check it out. And, please comment. Also look at my video on... there's so many videos I want you to look at, but one of the ones I would love you to look at is on water. You who are spiritualists, look at it. It's a video called, you'll see it if you scroll up, you know what I mean? You'll see there's a black cover with water. It says the language of water. I highly recommend it. Also watch my video on Aubrey Marcus and the dissolution or the attempt in the spiritual community to recreate polyamory as a new ascension portal, and the agenda behind that. And then also look at my video on my impression of Mother Agapia Stephanopoulos. Okay, she's an amazing light. She's very brave. She's not rich, I know that, and she doesn't have protection. She's a single woman. She's a nun. She's devoted to God, and let's keep her safe in our prayers. Let's keep her safe in our visions. Let's see this woman get very, very, very old and sharing her wisdom for as many, many decades as we can have her on this planet. These people are very precious to us, and I didn't know she existed until this week, and I'm so grateful I know she exists. It makes the world a better place. So much love to you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste, be well.